Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Last episode, we have reforged Abaddon's hammer, or a much smaller version of it, and we will use it in order to take out the Eyeless. With that, well, we do have two more abilities that we can use for it. Oh, I don't know where they are. There's supposed to be abilities that we can probably only get them when we get in there, I guess. But anyway, with that, it's time for us to head to Kairon's Scar and see what we can do here. Okay, someone wants to let someone out. We are not going to release them. Besides, $700? No. Make your way to the fragment of Ioni Brather.
No problem.
Oh, hello. Those are Eyeless, and there's the fragment. All the way at the bottom.
Wait till I tell the kids about the time their mother charged into a frozen lake swarming with giant golems.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be happy to hear about that. And there it is down there, the Ioni Brather fragment. But we're going to explore everywhere else first and see what we can find. Because if we can clear everything else out, that'll be good. There appears to be a body here. And also Lagofaith. I did not expect to find Lagofaith here. Holy crap, those were quick. Fortunately, Lagofaith aren't really that difficult, but they can swarm a bit.
Let's go.
Okay, that's Lagofaith handled. Ooh, what's this? Iron Circle. Lower attack speed, much higher constitution, and armor damage reduction when endurance below 26%. That's interesting. Don't I have a something that's giving a con bonus? The girdle. I can replace that with another girdle, put on the ring. Sure, we have a slightly slower attack speed, but higher con? Always a good thing. What would be good for... Let's see. Clarity, which... Extra defense against a lot of things. Decreased critical hit damage, lower crit damage taken, and Juggernaut. Move speed and interrupt. Not the worst idea. You actually don't have... Okay, we'll give you the con bonus. You could probably use it. Alright, what do you have to say? Whoever this was, he's been long dead. What remains of the flesh is blackened and frozen solid. Touch the corpse. This crater worries you and your three companions. It feels wrong, tainted, but the lure of riches is stronger. That giant rock in the center of the lake might contain gold, gems, and more. It took a week of back-breaking labor, but the boat is finished. It may not be entirely watertight, but it'll be enough to get you across the lake and back. You set off from shore, the icy wind filling the sail. Sadon grins at you. He expressed the most doubt that the boat would float. A moment later, he's gone, barely managing a scream as a gigantic tentacle yanks him from the boat and under the water. More tentacles emerge from the water. The air is filled with the sound of cracking and splintering wood as the boat gets pulled apart. You dive into the water without a second thought and begin swimming madly for shore, hoping your friends are doing the same. Your heavy furs weigh you down, but by some miracle, you make it to the land. You hear a burbling sound and look up to see one of the fish people, a Lagofaith, standing over you, its spear raised. You rise to your knees, your hands raised, showing you have no weapons, that you pose no threat. The Lagofaith makes the sound again. Wait, you start to say, but the creature drives its spear deep into your chest before you can say anything else. Mercifully, the agony is brief before the world fades. Oh, great. So there's some kind of horrible tentacled creature swimming in the water below. That just makes this so much better. Oh look, bear. Kill the bears. Oh, it sounded like something just happened. Or maybe not. Okay. And what have we got here? A span of ice floes separates two larger sheets. The floes continuously roil the water and bump into each other with arrhythmic cracks. Despite their unstable positions, the floes are packed tightly enough that it's possible you could leap across the span. Still, anyone short on grace and balance stands a good chance of sliding off the ice and into the frigid water. Or we can cast the spell Blast of Frost on the ice floes. As you work your magic, the water between the floes crystallizes into a sturdy lattice of clear ice. Given the size of the floes, it is unlikely to keep the whole span stable for long. In fact, you can already hear a few of the larger pieces cracking against their temporary moorings. No, let's not. While that would be a shorter way through, I want to explore the entire area. Because it's what I do. Clear out the place. More Log of Faith. Well, one more Log of Faith. I hear large things. Another piece of the old moon. Andrite Fanatic. Yep, I am not surprised that we have to deal with these. These guys are actually quite tough. Oh, I guess, yep, the priest got charmed. Ha! Okay, now it's not.
Let's go.
Now finish off the priest. Thank you. Okay, little tough. Oh, the Dragon's Maw shield went up. And all soulbound upgrades are completed. Chance to cast Taste of the Hunt, which restores damage as endurance. Fear Aura. Foes get terrified. Superb grants Dragon's Breath, which does burn damage. Okay, this is pretty good. I'll not read this right now, but yay, we have a better shield. Now, though it does seem like west would be further, let's take a look at what's up here. This may be where those Andrite fanatics are staying. Andrite...
Oh, look at here.
That would not have been good. What about up here? More fanatics. Including war dogs. And a monk. Do what you can, please. Some of our guys are getting very badly wounded, which is not a good thing. And the Devil of Karok is down. Oh, Master Diometo. That's a new name. We lost two of us. Well, Master Diometo is dead. We've got Lost Periapt of the Winding Path. Extra concentration, resolve, and consecrated ground once per encounter. Interesting. And a ring of protection. Oh, I didn't see what one of those was. Still, some nice stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cold water drips from the roof of this yurt and puddles in the hearth. Fish bones lie among the coals. Someone carved a swirling crescent into the bench. This yurt reeks of stale sweat. There's only one bedroll inside. The yurt is empty, but for a few heavy bedrolls. And there's a few treasures here. But are they trapped? Ah, they are. Oh yeah, and we have someone who is an expert at disarming traps and taking care of things. Because we have a rogue in the party now.
That'll do.
Okay, there we go. Is there anyone who can... What have you got? Surprisingly, you can't.
Right here.
I'm ready.
Use that on... Interesting that you can't actually use it on the Devil of Karok.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense. You can't bind wounds of a mechanical thing. Okay, that's the Ondrag Fanatic camp. We dealt with the Ondrag Fanatics. They are no longer a threat. And this is a western exit. And I believe it is from here that we will be going in and dealing with those big things. I am going to throw... No. We're going to lose the bonuses. Alright, let me put down a save first. Alright, we're going to be dealing with something deadly here. Switch to the hammer. It's time to bash these things. Oh, no. We got more Fanatic Paladins first.
Eh?
Oh, you don't only have those, you also have some Log of Faith here. I did not see that. Kill the wizard, please. Oh, the wizard got charmed. That I'll take. And now the cipher. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Grimoire of the Tides. I think we've already seen one of those. Yeah, we've already seen one of those.
Got it.
In fact, I know you've already claimed from that, so we can throw those into here. Let's take a look around. The Eyeless are walking around here. Oh, we found one! Switch to the hammer! Let's bash this thing down.
That's not very helpful.
It kicked me away. And it died. Good. That's because we have the hammer.
Sure.
The hammer will make this a fair bit easier. That is not... That is just a tentacle. Okay, these are the tentacles that we were told of. Very worrying. Oh dear. Down goes the Devil of Karok. Why is a tentacle still a thing? I think we may have taken the wrong direction to go here. Alagina is down.
Let's go.
Okay, the good news is that dealt with.
That's not very helpful.
Didn't we already fight these things?
Okay. Switch to the sword because I don't think the hammer will help against these tentacles. Once we kill this, we will have... Once we kill these, we will have to rest. Surprisingly, we're handling them without too much problem at the moment. Like, I'm immune to them. Oh, more tentacles. Yeah, this is actually not going too badly. Now, once I have the focus, everything is fine.
Let's go!
One more tentacle to kill.
That's it!
We're already close. That's basically the way in. Okay. So we still have more of these to deal with.
That's it!
Almost. Alright. Very nice. Oh, Steadfast leveled up. Immunity to Frightened. Very nice. Kill 20 melee enemies with Steadfast, or kill 100 enemies total with Steadfast. At least we'll be safe in the moon. Alright.
Yeah.
We need to rest, or the Devil of Karok is going to completely die. Alright. Let's clear out the rest of the foes around here.
Yeah.
Switch to the hammer.
Let's go!
I get a crit on these things, they're gonna die.
Someone!
And down goes Pallegina again. Bloody hell. There's one.
Can't get a good shot.
There goes second. I'm the one who basically needs to charge in and get their attention. There was one there a moment ago. There it is. Ow.
Go!
Oh, I'm taking a lot of damage. That is very not good. No, I'm still okay. I'm still up. Okay, got them all. Why are you all the way back here?
Ready, Watcher. Eh?
Let's see. You can just make out the blurred shape of an eyeless behind the ice.
Sure.
Noted. Okay, that did take some damage. Not the best. Let's see, are there any other eyeless we can slay around here? There's one.
Let's go! Can't get a good...
Come on. Oh, that worked. Surprisingly didn't have an auto kill for that one. Doesn't look like there's anything else over here. Okay, let's head back over to here. So basically our option was either go this way to get to fight all of the, whatever they're called. All the Ondrite fanatics, or skip the Ondrites and just fight the Eyeless. Eyeless are fine. I mean, killing all of them is fine. Oh, what's that say? The planks have been peeled from the bow of this old fishing boat. Eyeless hammer. Let's take him down. And that one goes next. I didn't even really need to do any summonings or using of the abilities that we were given. I could have, but I didn't. Alright. Let me drop down a save before we go in here. Alright, in we go. Get to the crystal at the bottom of Ioni Brather. Let's move. Oh. Oh dear. That's worrying. Columns of water rise up from the pool in front of you, shifting and writhing, whipping air around them in a vortex. This can only be Andra's air, appearing before you at a fraction of the size typically reported by mariners unfortunate enough to encounter them on the high seas.
You have done well to have come so far. I confess I was not certain you would make it, but I do not wish to give false hope. The greater challenge remains in front of you.
The Eyeless have to be stopped for the good of the Deerwood.
Running through the core of this rock is a large growth of crystal. You will know it when you see it. A blow to the crystal would reverberate through the walls of this place. Strike it enough and the entire structure would crumble. The Eyeless would be buried. Of course, it would take a person years to cause enough damage.
But not with the help of the Eyeless.
Then you know what must be done. Strike the crystal with Obidon's hammer. The Eyeless will wake and come to its call. Join in striking the crystal. They will cluster together and bury themselves. I have realized it is best that they should be ended, for within each of them is a small piece of Obidon himself. Upon their deaths, those fragments and the memories they contain will be safely dispersed. I had not considered the dangers of allowing them to persist, until a watcher appeared at my abbey.
What aren't you telling me?
A single strike upon the crystal will not be enough. The Eyeless respond only as long as the hammer rings. You will need to remain until their work is complete, wielding the hammer until the walls come crumbling down.
You mean for me to die here?
Your sacrifice will be mourned, but your fate is already sealed. The Eyeless cannot be reasoned with or fled from. One day not far from now, they would kill you and level the Deerwood. You have seen what they will do. This is the way you can stop them. And the truth is that you are marked by the Eyeless for a reason. It would be better for all if the things you have seen were forgotten.
Ain't that convenient?
The watery columns drop all at once back into the pool, sending up a small splash. The pool settles, and looking down into it, you see only the faces of you and your companions, alone and condemned. Oh, how lovely. Oh, and, yep, more Eyeless. Take it down. And down it goes. This hammer is very useful against these. What with a high chance to just completely destroy them instantly. Pity it doesn't have as much use outside of this.
Let's go.
Here comes some more.
Let's go.
That's not very helpful.
Alright, there we go. There's another 2 down. This is interesting. Judging by claw marks and scales around the edges of this pool, you believe it is regularly used by Lagafaith. You see something shimmering in the depths of the frigid, murky water. Interesting. And there's Eyeless. Alright, let me try a save here before I go in. Okay, so what happens if... What if I send the devil? Nope, nope, nope. That's not what I wanted. I said the Devil of Karok. Palagina dives in... Okay, fine. I'll go in. You dive into the water and immediately feel the cold bite into your skin. It's incredibly frigid, rapidly sapping the warmth from your body. The water is calm, but a person with a weak constitution would suffer greatly if submerged for more than a few moments. Dive toward the shimmering light. You shrug off the intense cold and dive toward the light glinting in the murky depths of the ice cave. You quickly recover a cache of Lagerfaith treasures, including a variety of coins and a set of surprisingly well-preserved plate greaves. Unfortunately, the disturbance of the horde was noted by a pack of Lagerfaith that are swimming over to investigate. Hiding from the Lagerfaith will be difficult, but attempting to outswim them would require phenomenal athletic ability. Swim to the surface as fast as possible. You launch yourself out of the bottom of the ice cave and begin to swim toward the surface. Unfortunately, you aren't strong enough swimmer to escape a band of determined Lagerfaith. 2 of them catch up with you and claw at one of your legs. You barely manage to crawl out of the pool with the mangled limb still attached. Moments later, furious Lagerfaith erupt from the pool. Okay, so I got wounded there, but we can kill these Lagerfaith easily.
Let's
Alright, loot these. And what did we pick up? Frither's Plated Greaves. Extra armor speed penalty, but damage reduction and wild sprint. Interesting. See about going a bit further in. We've got another one. And it's dead. And it looks like this is the way to get down there. Oh! That's the crystal.
There's the crystal. I don't suppose Andra could have put it on top of the moon?
That would have been nice. Let me drop a save, and you know what? This episode will go a little bit long as we finish things up here. Alright, let's top down. A ridge overlooks a broad chamber half flooded with lake water. You could crawl down this way, but it looks too steep and slick to climb back up. Climb down. Oh, there's the source of all of the, Oh, that thing... It's a kraken!
I've hunted all across Aora. This is yours.
Yeah, I can see that. Switch out. We don't need the hammer for this. Please destroy those tentacles as quick as you can. There goes one. There goes another. There goes a third. And down goes that one. Now let us go deal with the Kraken. Oh, we can handle this. Oh, they summoned in those guys. Okay, the Kraken is dealt with. Switch to the hammer for a moment. And get rid of that Eyeless. Thank you.
Sure.
A couple of us leveled up. We'll deal with that soon. For now, let's deal with this. Oh, right, and that was done. We now have Morning Gloves. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Denial, all defenses boosted. Anger, attack speed boosted. Bargaining, concentration and interrupt boosted. Depression, lower resolve. And acceptance, higher endurance. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway. An enormous crystal juts from the wall like a spearhead protruding from a wound. An army of reflection stares back at you from the crystal's perfect facets. It echoes the sound of your footsteps in soft, ringing hums. Someone will have to take up Abaddon's hammer and strike the crystal, and Andra warned that whoever does so will be buried in this place with the Eyeless. Step back and consider this further. Let me do one more quick save. Okay then, so I will say this. It's thematically fitting if I do it myself, but from what I understand, the Devil of Karak makes things a lot easier. But no, I will do it myself.
You have led us bravely. It has been an honor to follow your lead.
Masuk will sing your name alongside Persok's.
I just hope you're not doing this for all those louts in Stalwart. Even the new ones ain't worth it.
Straight into the fire, then. Your chances aren't favorable, but at least you've learned to embrace the test. I told you I'd be good for you, Watcher.
You take the diving helmet and tuck it away, just in case. You heft the hammer and swing it at the crystal. A perfect, clear tone rings through the air and resonates through your teeth. Seconds later, ripples shiver through the water. Something big is coming. You give the others a final nod. The rest of the party scrambles out of the flooded cavern and flees through the tunnels. You continue hammering at the crystal, each strike magnifying the last. The echoes build into physical tremors. Meanwhile, a heavier rhythm pulses through the cave. Footsteps. Dozens of them. The others round a corner only to see a line of Eyeless advancing. The creatures stagger to the rhythm of the hammer thuds below, yet they crane their necks towards the party, ratcheting back their piston arms. Cast mirrored image. Aloth. Aloth's likenesses appear along the tunnel. The Eyeless roar and lunge fruitlessly at the images. Dodge past. The party sprints past the distracted monsters. Fortunately, the creatures are too focused on the hammering to give chase. They continue toward the cavern. You maintain a steady tempo on the crystal. Eyeless gather in the cavern, where they batter the walls in time with the hammer's rhythmic blows. The ground shakes. Falling rocks and shattering crystals splash to the ground. The party flees through dark, rumbling corridors. More spellbound Eyeless shamble along, but they're too entranced by the swelling cadence to take more than an idle swipe at the party. The tunnel narrows. Light filters through ahead. The exit must be around the next bend. But it's clogged with rubble. Meanwhile, the ground drops several feet at once, and the tunnel begins rolling on its axis. The distant sound of rushing water echoes from the cavern. Lever the rubble with the pry bar. There must be a weak spot, but it will take a practiced eye to find it. Who will clear the way? I don't know who has the greatest perception. Sagani. Sagani wedges the pry bar into several different nooks, but can't seem to find a leverage point. Aloth? Durance. Durance notices a loose boulder and wedges the pry bar beneath it. A gentle nudge knocks it loose and sends the rubble rolling away. The moon shudders again. The party escapes onto the ice just as another thunderous crash sounds from below. Eyeless continue pouring into the cavern from every visible tunnel and crevice. Your ears ring at the ever-growing cacophony of smashing rock and shattering crystal. Meanwhile, the water level is rising. A skull-splitting crack rends the air, and a surge of water knocks you from your feet. The entire cavern rotates, plunging you into a freezing soup of jagged metal, torn flesh, and stone. The others dash across the lake. The ice squeals and crackles, rocking dangerously underfoot. The sinking moon groans. Long fissures race across the ice. Scout for a more stable path to cross. The surface of the ice is riddled with cracks. Only someone who knows what to look for can find safe passage. Sagani, you come from a cold area. Sagani charts a careful path across the ice, skirting cracks and dodging thin patches. The rest of the party follows. At last, everyone reaches the safety of the shore. In the middle of the lake, only the tip of the moon is still visible above the ice. The survivors watch in silence as it sinks into the depths. You trudge through the rubble at the lake bottom. The water is freezing, the air in the diving helmet is acrid, and the sound of your own breathing roars in your ears. Still, it's better than drowning. You navigate out of the settling rubble and see the ghostly light of the surface above. At last, you reach the shallows. You punch through a thin crust of ice and crawl ashore, trembling, but alive. You stand at the edge of the lake. The bobbing of the ice and the rippling of the water's surface slows until you're looking at a moment frozen in time. When the world begins moving once more, it moves in reverse. The surface of the water churns and roils like it's about to spew something up, and it does. The fragment of Ioni Brother rises unbroken. Ice reforms across the surface of the lake, spreading in long, freezing fingers. Eyeless file out of the moon fragment and onto the ice. They wind around the moon in an ever-widening spiral. They stop as the head of their line reaches you. They speak in a single voice that resonates with grinding metal and hissing steam.
We shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion?
You would have killed many innocent people.
We do not cherish violence, but we will fight to defend the legacies of this world.
The Eyeless stand tall, ratcheting their arms back.
In one hand, a hammer. In the other, a mace. We protect the greatest works of civilization, lest it collapse beneath its own weight.
Then why did you storm Durgan's battery 200 years ago? Their protest is as sharp as squealing metal.
We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations?
Andra changed you from a preserver to a destroyer. The Eyeless are still, but you hear their gears whir as their collective spirit ponders this.
Then we were betrayed.
Yes, you were transformed against your will.
And we were made to betray something we cherish.
You feel their bigger agony like a hammer strike. The legacy of the Engwithans, you mean?
The bedrock of civilization.
Suddenly they attack the ice beneath them, slicing and shattering it with mighty swings from their iron arms. And where the ice breaks, ancient towers rise, blotting out the blue sky and white peaks. What is this?
Each culture builds on the bones of the last. Yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them. Like a mason who builds a listing tower.
The remaining ice sheet cracks and groans.
What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
You hear the strain of crumbling stone in the voice of the Eyeless. The betrayal of memory upsets you greatly.
It is accepting a gift only to spit in the face of the giver. Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice.
You feel these words and the anger behind them in your bones.
A people cut off from their history will wither, and they deserve no less.
I agree.
That is why we must return to ourself and restore Abidan.
What do you mean about returning to yourself?
When Ioni Brotha fell, Abidan lost much. His will to preserve, the memory of how and why he died. But he built us with fragments of his own soul. In returning, we can restore what was taken from him.
Very well. Return to yourself and be the god of preservation once more.
We shall see this world and its people restored.
A great wind shoves at your back. Your ears pop and you feel for a moment as if all of the air is being sucked from the sky. Suddenly it ends and you are standing in the snow, looking over Crayron's scar.
The Eyeless disappeared beneath the lake, their bond to Andra finally severed. With this threat ended, hope returned to the White March. Hunters returned to the wildernesses, and travelers to the roads. Tales of the Watcher's bravery replaced stories of monsters in the woods. The villagers of Stalwart busied their hands with work and their tongues with song, eager to seize on the promise of peace.
And Abaddon's hammer is complete. Echo of the Maker. Vessels yet frightened. Abaddon's power. If prone, higher accuracy, or higher something. Regardless, it is done. I will not be using that hammer again. That said, I must end this episode here. Next episode, we return, we level up, and we get everything completed. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Laniara, Palagina, the Devil of Karok, Durance, Aloth, and Sagani. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, and I shall see you all next time.